In today's show, Bitcoin dips below $42,000 as crypto sentiment returns to fear. That's right. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest astrology for men, aka technical analysis, as Mikhail Bende Pop shares here. Bitcoin looking at the same resistance still. Weekly order block rejected in a harsh manner. Weekly candle starts to look ugly, plus several levels of fear across the market for coming weeks, remaining flat at this stage. And as shared here by On-Chain College, wow, Bitcoin just left the green zone of the dormancy flow indicator. This level has historically called out macro bottoms. Bitcoin reached this low level for only the fourth time since 2011. And as Credible Crypto shares here, for those waiting for sub $30,000 Bitcoin, may the crypto gods be with you because the odds are not. And quoting the senator of Mexico, Bitcoin is about making money better for everyone. That's right. And this just in breaking news, the state of Idaho introduces bill to define Bitcoin and digital assets as personal property. And here's the Idaho bill right here. And quoting Idaho governor candidate, when I become governor, I will make Idaho a safe haven for Bitcoin. Bitcoin game theory in full effect. Also more breaking news. New Hampshire governor launches crypto commission via executive order. That's right. An official press release reads the following. This new commission will be tasked with reviewing and investigating the current status of the cryptocurrency and digital asset industry and the underlying technology supporting development of the industry, holding public hearings to hear testimony regarding the developments of cryptocurrency and digital asset economies. Also in today's show, we'll be doing a history lesson as 13 years ago today, on February 11th to be exact, which is my birthday, Satoshi Nakamoto published the first forum post introducing Bitcoin. That's right, 13 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto published the inventor's first forum post on the Peer-to-Peer Foundation website. The forum post called Bitcoin Open Source Implementation of Peer-to-Peer Currency introduced the eCash system to the members of the Advocacy and Research Forum focused on peer-to-peer dynamics in society. Also in today's show, Bitcoin bull Max Keiser has high hopes for El Salvador's Bitcoin Volcano bonds. That's right. In a new interview, he goes on to share the interest of Salvadoran citizens in Bitcoin has grown because Salvadorans have their own bank account on their phones. People who were not banked, which was 70% or more, now with Chivo wallet and other wallets have the opportunity to have financial services. Also like to point out that the country's initial $1 billion Bitcoin bond issue will take place between March 15th and the 20th. Also in today's show, we'll be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, Bitcoin, Ether, and all the major alts are currently correcting and in the red. But where's the Bitcoin price? Likely to go next. Find out all this, plus so much more, in today's show. Here could the news alerts. I drop a brand new episode every single day. The goal is to get to 100,000 subs along with a $100,000 Bitcoin price. And if you like getting that crypto, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And today's episode is brought to you by BlockFi, the #1 leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. And they have a special promo they're running right now where you can get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today. And their flagship products include their BlockFi interest account, where you can earn up to 8.25% APY with no minimum balance and no hidden fees. The other flagship product includes their BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can get 3.5% Bitcoin back on all your purchases within your first 90 days, and then get an unlimited 1.5% Bitcoin back on everything you purchased thereafter. And they also offer crypto-backed loans. That's right, borrow funds against your crypto with rates as low as 4.5% APR, and there are no prepayment penalties. There's no impact to your credit, and you can receive the funds the same business day, truly making this a no-brainer. So go ahead and click the link in the description right down below and get up to $250 in Bitcoin for funding your account today, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. How's it going, crypto fam? Holla at your boy. Now, Bitcoin trended towards $40,000 retest this morning on February 12th as Bitcoin price action bore out analyst predictions. Right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1-hour candle chart. Now, data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin reaching local lows of 41,741 on Bitstamp on Saturday before a rebound of over 42K. An about turn had ended the pair's advance after US CPI data hit, and calls soon emerged for a return to 40,000 or even lower to see how steely the bulls' resolve really was. And for Mikhail Van Pop, the results were still inconclusive, but caution was definitely needed going forward on the short time frame trades. As he shares here on Crypto Twitter, Bitcoin looking at the same resistance still, weekly order block rejecting in a harsh manner, weekly candle starts to look ugly, plus several levels of fear across the market for coming weeks remaining flat at this stage, which you can see here in this chart. Others, meanwhile, call time on the potential scope of Bitcoin's longer-term downside, as shared here by Plan C. Based on the current data, what degree of Mayer multiple oversold levels would have to be reached in order for us to hit some of these bear targets? Daily closes over the last 10 years, 28,500, we have a 1% chance, and 26,000, we have a 0.3% chance. Incredible Crypto responded, for those waiting for sub $30,000 Bitcoin, may the crypto gods be with you, because the odds are not. That, my friend, is a fact. Now, even at the current levels, Bitcoin's weekly close was set to be practically identical to the last, thus preserving the majority of the prior gains that had taken it out of that $30,000 zone. And the late drawdown this week was nonetheless more than convincing enough for crypto market sentiment to take a fresh hit. According to the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, 3 days of neutral territory was enough before the return of fear as the main force that plays amongst traders. As pointed out here, we're currently rated a 44 out of 100 in fear. Yesterday was a neutral, dead in the middle at 50, last week a 33, and last month a 21 in extreme fear. We all know extreme fear is the perfect buying opportunity. BTFD, by that freaking dip. In discussing January's week-long trip to the bottom extreme fear zone, Trading Sweet Decent Trader argued that a sentiment reset had likely already come based on historical patterns. Quoting them here, such extended periods of extreme fear give an indication that general market participants can be caught offside. We saw that play out with the fast move to the upside that Bitcoin has shown over the past 2 weeks. And quoting the senator of Mexico, Bitcoin is about making money better for everyone. That's right, and as Dennis Porter shares here, breaking news, the state of Idaho introduces bill to define Bitcoin and digital assets as personal property, and even shares the source for the bill, which is published on the government website. With an important note, if you want your state to pass pro-Bitcoin legislation, make sure you send the message now that you are in favor of legal tender in your state. That's right, let the Bitcoin game theory continue. And quoting Idaho governor candidate, when I become governor, I will make Idaho a safe haven for Bitcoin. Let's go. And before I break down next breaking story of the day, New Hampshire governor launches crypto commission via executive order. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market. And as you can see, there are blood on these crypto streets. BTFD, by that freaking dip, Bitcoin down 2.5%, trading just above $42,300. Ether down 6%, maintaining just above $2,900. Polkadot down 8%, trading just under 19 bucks. Solana down 10%, trading just above $95. And XRP down 5.6%, trading at 77 cents. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. While the U.S. government delays providing regulatory clarity on crypto, one state has taken proactive steps towards recognizing the nascent sector. New Hampshire Governor Chris Sununu has signed an executive order creating the Governor's Commission on Cryptocurrencies and Digital Assets to a wide-ranging and comprehensive survey of the digital asset space in order to make recommendations regarding future state laws and policies. An official press release shares the following. This new commission will be tasked with reviewing and investigating the current status of the cryptocurrency and digital asset industry and the underlying technology supporting development of the industry, holding public hearings to hear testimony regarding the development of cryptocurrency and digital asset economies, making findings and determinations regarding the role and effectiveness of current state laws and regulations governing cryptocurrencies and other digital assets, and the reasons why modifications and improvements to such laws and regulations are necessary. Now, the 12-member commission will include representatives from the state government, financial sector, and members of the public. The executive order lays out its purpose as follows. Rising use and acceptance of cryptocurrencies and other digital assets is increasing demand for safe, sound, efficient, and effective financial services. Federal and state governments must work to bring legal and regulatory certainty to the digital asset industry because clear rules of the road foster technology and innovation. Regulatory uncertainty will hinder the development of digital assets and their underlying technologies in New Hampshire and the United States, shifting its development outside the United States. Now, the commission is required to formally submit its findings within 6 months. So another one bites the dust. Let's go mass Bitcoin adoption as the Bitcoin game theory is in full effect. United States, let's not get left behind. Individually, as states, we can make a difference and make Bitcoin legal tender like we're witnessing in the news. And before I break down next story of the day, 13 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto published the first forum post introducing the king of all crypto. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $1.9 trillion with $88.5 billion in volume in the past 24 hours. And the current Bitcoin dominance is 42.4%, with the Ether dominance at 18.4%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100 cryptocurrencies for the past week, you can see Shiba up 22%, Elron up 18%, XRP up 15%, DFI up 30%, SPA up 18%, and Gala up 18%. But all right, now let's break down our next story of the day. There were 3 occasions back in February of 2009 when Satoshi Nakamoto introduced the Inventor's Bitcoin white paper and open source code base to the peer-to-peer foundation forum members. Now, the exact date was February 11th, 2009. So yesterday, and lo and behold, February 11th is my birthday. Just throwing it out there. This was the very first time the creator of Bitcoin publicly announced the project using peer-to-peer foundation forum. And prior to these instances, during the month of February, Nakamoto leveraged the email system tethered with the cryptography mailing list hosted on metsdoud.com. And right here is the very first post by Satoshi Nakamoto entitled Bitcoin Open Source Implementation of Peer-to-Peer Currency, which appeared February 11th, 2009. Now, the introductory forum post is quite fascinating, and the inventor also leaves a link to the software's first version of the forum as well. I developed a new open source peer-to-peer eCash system called Bitcoin, Nakamoto wrote 13 years ago. It's completely decentralized with no central server or trusted parties because everything is based on crypto proof instead of trust. Give it a try or take a look at the screenshots and design paper the creator added. Now, Nakamoto is extremely descriptive in the first forum post, and Bitcoin's inventor explains the issue with conventional currencies. The root problem with conventional currency is all the trust that's required to make it work, Nakamoto wrote that day. The central bank must be trusted not to debase the currency, but the history of fiat currencies is full of breaches of that trust. Banks must be trusted to hold our money and transfer it electronically, but they lend it out in waves of credit bubbles with barely a fraction in reserve. And Bitcoin's inventor further stressed, we have to trust them with our privacy, trust them not to let identity thieves drain our accounts. Their massive overhead costs make micropayments impossible. He makes a great point. Now, on February 18th, Nakamoto came back to the thread to answer some questions that someone asked him. Nakamoto laid out 3 interesting features that the Bitcoin network showcased and insisted that the coins would be scarce. Quoting Nakamoto here, it is a global distributed database with additions to the database by consent of the majority based on a set of rules that they follow. Number 1, when someone finds proof of work to generate a block, they get some new coins. Number 2, the proof of work difficulty is adjusted every 2 weeks to target an average of 6 blocks per hour for the whole network. And number 3, the coins given per block is cut in half every 4 years, known as the Bitcoin halving, right? You should say that the coins are issued by the majority. They're issued in a limited, predetermined amount. Now, it's safe to say that Satoshi Nakamoto's eCash system caught on, and after 13 years, almost 19 million Bitcoins have been issued out of the maximum supply of 21 million thus far. And Bitcoin's market cap is currently worth more than $800 billion. And since its inception on January 3rd, 2009, the network has been functional with a 99.987% uptime rating. Now, Nakamoto's invention has also sparked the creation of thousands of cryptocurrencies, better known as altcoins, and today there are literally over 12,500 crypto assets within the crypto economy. So there you have it. Massive shout out to Satoshi Nakamoto. And before I break down our final story of the day, Bitcoin bull Max Keiser has high hopes for El Salvador's Bitcoin Volcano bonds. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 1,000 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my new crypto merch store, now live at merch.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also have a blog I update daily, which can be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And of course, you can follow me on all the major podcasts and platforms, from Spotify to Apple's iTunes. And if you're listening to the pod, be sure to check out the YouTube channel at cryptonewsalerts.net for the full premium experience with video. And of course, you can follow me on crypto Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikToks, wherever you're at. Be sure to follow me there. But all right, now let's break down our final story of the day. El Salvadoran President Nayib Bukele's ambitious Bitcoin law has met staunch opposition. However, Bitcoin bull Max Keiser believes the grand experiment could help El Salvador become the equivalent of a city of London in Central America. That's right, in a new conversation with Diario El Salvador, Keiser said that El Salvador can become a Bitcoin hub for Central and Latin America. He noted that London was one of the 3 largest financial centers in the world before Brexit and made a large part of the European bonds, executing big deals in the Forex market. Keiser is hopeful that El Salvador will become a hub and a financial center in Latin America with Bitcoin in the picture. Quoting Max right here, the interest of Salvadoran citizens in Bitcoin has grown because Salvadorans have their own bank account on their phones. People who were not banked, which was 70% or more, now at Chivo wallet and other wallets have opportunity to have financial services. That's right. While reiterating his previous statement, Keiser stated that El Salvador has the potential to become Bitcoin's Wall Street, considering Bitcoin has a legal tender and with stock market laws in this regard. He also added that it could attract huge amounts of global capital into the country. And here's a picture with Nayib Bukele and Max Keiser. Now let's discuss high hopes for Bitcoin bonds. Keiser believes that Volcano bonds will be the first project to launch this year, claiming it has huge innovation in finance. He revealed working with Blockstream's CSO, Samson Mao, for developing the idea. Samson Mao is the architect of the Bitcoin bonds. Now the bonds are to be launched on Blockstream's Liquid, a Bitcoin-based service, and have a 6.5% coupon. And as a matter of fact, it was Max Keiser who suggested Volcano bonds backed by future Bitcoin mining revenues to dodge the IMF loans last year. And earlier this week, Finance Minister Alejandro Zayala revealed that the country's initial $1 billion Bitcoin bond issue will take place between March 15th and the 20th. And during the initial announcement of the Bitcoin bonds in November, Bukele asserted that half of the $1 billion raised would be deployed to help build and require energy and Bitcoin's mining infrastructure. The remaining will be used to rake in more Bitcoin for the country's holdings. And as reported, the credit agency Fitch downgraded El Salvador's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating, IDR, to a CCC from a B-, citing Bitcoin adoption risks. And Samson Mao in response wrote, attacks from the legacy system will only intensify in the weeks ahead of the Volcano bond launch. Keep your eyes on the goal. He makes a great point. Also like to share that he is running for the mayor of Bitcoin City with Nayib Bukele's support. So shout out to Samson Mao. Now, as Nayib Bukele shares here, this picture captures the moment when we were discussing economic injustice, human history, war, and peace, and the meaning of life. But of course, everybody will be looking at Max Keiser's shoes. This is a great photo, by the way. And as Samson Mao shares here, making the IMF obsolete is a moral imperative. The money must be fixed. Responding to Alex Gladstein here, here's an IMF paper recommending that governments consider financial repression, an example, looting public savings by pinning interest rates below inflation as a tool for reducing national debt in advanced economies. Crazy. And as Dennis Porter shares here, Bitcoin forces politicians to work for the people instead of the state. That's how it should be. Governments should fear the people should not fear the governments. And here's a throwback clip of Alex Jones talking about Max Keiser gifting him 10,000 Bitcoin, which he put on a laptop, which he claims he has lost. Now, at the time, Bitcoin was worth less than $5. And I ran the math at yesterday's prices when Bitcoin was at about 45,000 per coin. If you do the math, 10,000 Bitcoin times 45,000 for each BTC, that's $450 million that Alex Jones claims he lost. So as I put here, friends like Max Keiser are rare as what? That, my friend, is a fact. And now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. Bitcoin dips below 42,000 as crypto sentiment returns to fear. Also shared breaking news of New Hampshire governor launching crypto commission via executive order, as well as 13 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto published the first forum posts introducing Bitcoin. And we also discussed Bitcoin bull Max Keiser has high hopes for El Salvador's Bitcoin Volcano bonds. Where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now for the top 3 comments from yesterday's episode, Katie Lux wrote, huge happy birthday wishes to my all-time favorite, nobody comes close, YouTube guy JV. Life is better with crypto and so much better with crypto news alerts, daily updates. What my man JV. Thanks for all the excellent commentary and your dedication. Eternally grateful. Love and light, Katie and my chicas. You are awesome, Katie. Greatly appreciate your continued love and support. One love. Our next featured comment comes from Mark Anthony. Happy birthday, JV. Been a regular viewer for more than a year now and never missed an episode. For those folks on the go, hands down the best daily summary of the latest happenings in the crypto market. Appreciate you, JV. Keep doing what you do. Let's freaking go. Cheers, Mark. Greatly appreciate you, fam. Happy to share daily and spread the holy gospel of Satoshi. Hodl. And our third and final featured comment comes from Rudy Plain, who shares, JV makes everyone feel like it's their birthday every day by gifting content and knowledge on the daily. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Thanks for sharing your time with all of us, fam. Rudy, greatly appreciate the love, fam. Hodl. And it was extremely difficult to pick the top 3 comments today because I must have had 100 birthday wishes, so thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to be featured on tomorrow's episode, drop me a comment right down below. Also like to give a quick shout out to everyone who contributed on my birthday with donations, including BitBud, BringFacts, The Coin Father, and No Money G. Greatly appreciate your kindness.